Hello friends, Ace Botany, next episode. In this episode, we'll be discussing biodiversity and conservation, first part. So I will share the screen so it will be convenient for you also. I think screen came, so we can proceed. So what all things we'll be learning in this episode? Chapter number 13, Biodiversity and Conservation, 1. Topics will be, an introduction will be there, then biodiversity, what is the meaning, and what are the types, then how many species in this world. Then after that, 5 theory question, finite model question as usual. Remember, first year topic will be parallel proceeding, the next episode. Meanwhile, question series, YTQ question series already in the channel. Now 4 episode over, I think. Next is genetics. So we'll be doing it. So we can proceed. So when we start with the biodiversity, here in this chapter, many data will be there. Numerals and database items will be there. So from this chapter, that is a usual practice to get a database question, maybe numerals or some other database items, diagrams, graph, all this. So that is why I put these 3 dates. International Day for Biological Diversity. It is May 22nd, 2025. So month is your entrance month this year. Term biodiversity given by Walter G. Rosen, W.G. Rosen, 1985. See, the question is term biodiversity given by W.G. Rosen, 1985. NCERT, that name is not there. NCERT, what the item they given? Term biodiversity popularized by Edward O. Wilson. I think that first 3 aspects clear to all of you. Now we can proceed to introductory topic. Okay. As we refer to NCERT, we can find there is a famous statement: if an alien from a distant galaxy were to visit our planet Earth, first thing that would amaze and baffle him would most probably be the enormous diversity of life. NCERT page number 216. So that statement gives what is importance of biodiversity, how the Earth it differs. Now we can proceed to meaning of the term biodiversity. Bio normally means life. Diversity means variation. Means variation among organisms. It is one of the bases of life in this world. That is due to this variation. So important, this variation. And when we generally say biodiversity is for nature, by nature, in nature. That means that shows importance of biodiversity and what humans can do. It must be protected and enhanced from our side. Now, some data, I told you data will be more in this chapter. Environmental issue not in your present NCERT syllabus. There are also a lot of data are there, BS1, BS2 likewise. But present in NCERT, that chapter is not discussed. So some unbelievable data from nature. NCERT page number 216. It's a usual mass following type question, theory fill in the blank type question. 20,000 species of ants, 3 lakh species of beetles, 28,000 species of fishes, and 20,000 species of orchids. So first and last values will be 20,000. But remember, there is a prefix for all this in NCERT. It is more than. So more than 20,000, more than 3 lakh, more than 28,000, more than 20,000. Ants, beetles, fishes, orchid in respective value. It's a famous question, mass following type question. I think idea clear. Now we can proceed to biodiversity and types. 3 diversity we have to proceed. One is genetic diversity, other is species diversity, and third is ecological diversity. So what is meant by genetic diversity? Most simple term, that is what I given in the bracket, variation of genes within a species. See, a single species might show high diversity at the genetic level or its distributional level. Typical example in the case of medicinal plant Revolvia vomitaria. The famous plant, Revolvia vomitaria, growing in different Himalayan ranges might be in terms of potency. That is important question, term, potency, and concentration of the active chemical. That chemical is again a question. That chemical is called reserpine that plant produces. That is how the genetic diversity comes. And India has more than 50,000 genetically different strains of rice. Again, a question. Same manner, 1,000 varieties of mango, or more than 50,000, more than 1,000, more than 1,000 varieties of mango. And rice, you know, it is Oryza sativa, family Poaceae, old name Graminae. Mango, that is a national fruit of India, Mangifera indica, family Anacardiaceae with a single seed. I think idea clear. Now, species diversity, variety of species in a region. There we can find, I put 3 star on the left side and put as P5. So that definition-wise explanation will be on the page number 5. So what is meant by species diversity? So species diversity basically means diversity at the species level. Western Ghats have a greater amphibian species diversity than Eastern Ghats. So normally when amphibians are considered, there seems to be more delicate organism. So that indicates that region is more delicate. Small disturbance can cause huge loss. So comparing with the Western Ghats, where amphibians are more, Eastern Ghats has got less amphibian diversity. So they will change the place. So the Western Ghats have a greater amphibian species diversity than Eastern Ghats. I think idea clear. So we can proceed to next page. Like a theoretical chapter. And this famous diagram, ecological diversity at the ecosystem level. Alpha diversity of a community, beta diversity between community, beta between, that we can remember, gamma diversity of a region. Now, first, when we proceed with ecological diversity, other two over, genetic species over, now ecological diversity. It is basically same as ecosystem diversity, which means variety of habitats, ecosystems, and ecological processes within a given area. India has got a greater ecosystem diversity than a Scandinavian country like Norway. Then there is alpha, beta, gamma diversity comes under it, under ecological diversity. So alpha, beta, gamma, it is explained there in the diagram itself. It will be easy for you so you can find the area, how much area it get covered. So alpha, beta, gamma diversities comes under it at different spatial level, ecological diversity. I think idea clear. So we can proceed to next page. Here we can find the 3 star. I told you I will be explaining there. So now we came to that page number 6. So species diversity is the totality or product of next 2 terms important. That is why I put star there. It is equivalent or product of species richness and species evenness. So what is species richness? What is species evenness? Ecosystem with higher species richness, that is the species richness, and it should be uniformly distributed. That is the evenness. So when there is more species and it is evenly distributed, what is advantage? It will be more stable and resilient. Resilient means resistance to disturbances. I think you got the idea how the species diversity is produced, how that product comes between species richness and species evenness. More species richness, at the same time, it should be evenly distributed. So it can resist disturbances. Resilient means resistant. And this 3 diagram was a diagram-based question previously. It was an old NCERT diagram. Here you can find. That is why I put that NCERT, this here. Here you can find. Because present NCERT, you may not find this diagram. First case, that is explained there. Different sample areas showing species richness. Sample area 1. There we can find no evenness. And all are birds. Second, species evenness is there because birds with the different colors are in 2 in number. Evenness is there, but only birds. And third one, diversity is due to taxonomically unrelated species in table 3 or area 3. So generally, more diversity and evenness provides more stability. So among these 3, this will be more stable. Previous years, not last year or that before it was a regular question, or they will be putting this item. So it should be more biodiversity as well as evenness. I think idea clear how that will be resistant, resilient, etc. Now we can proceed to next page. So when we come to next page, in NCERT again, there is a famous statement. It has taken millions of years of evolution to accumulate this rich diversity in nature. But we could lose all that wealth in less than 2 centuries. That data can be changed, 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, likewise. Less than 2 centuries, less than, more than, take care, less than 2 centuries. NCERT page number 217, it is given. Now our next topic, how many species are there on Earth and how many in India? See, basically, some data are available, no doubt. But exact number is not easy to suggest by anybody at any time. Because that much difficulty, confusion, everything will be there. You'll be able to follow when we proceed. That is, list of discovered and named are available. That we can say, this much we discovered, this much is available. Beyond that, total how many species in this world, nobody can come. According to IUCN 2004, International Union for Conservation of Nature, founded in France in 1948, but headquarters is Gland in Switzerland. The usual question, even in environment issue when it was there, IUCN. So according to IUCN, total number of plants and animal species described is slightly more than 1.5 million. So million, billion, take care. There's another usual trap for NEET exam. So it is 1.5 million. Still, no clear idea how many species are yet to be discovered and described. Many data, only rough estimation. For many taxonomic groups, species inventories, I think this page is clear. Species inventories are more complete in temperate area than in tropical region. That is NCERT line question. That is due to environmental condition, climate, everything. Somehow, a rough estimate says it may range between 25 to even 50 million. Rough range only. Now, another data, famous data for NEET exam, according to Robert May, he suggested number of global species diversity is at about 7 million. That is a popular question from this area. But remember, 7 million, one option, another will be 70 million, then another will be, first option will be 7 billion, this way they will give. So we know the number 7, but remember, after that it is a million or billion or what is the value given. So Robert May, it is 7 million, about 7 million. Now comes huge data. Just like Human Genome Project, after that a set of data are available in the same manner. Theoretical only, but data, if you can remember, good. And these data are based on the current available species inventories. More than 70% of all the species recorded animals. Plants include, animal side 70, plant side include algae, fungi, bryophyte, rhodophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperm, fungi in plant kingdom they put, comprise not more than 22% of the total. So this type of value they are regularly putting. Among animals, insects are most species which taxonomic group, making up more than 70% of the total. That is, out of 10 animals, 7 will be insect. The number of fungi species, number here TNE, number of fungi species in this world is more than the combined total of species of fishes, amphibian, reptile, and mammals. So another data. So total fungus number, that is more than the totality of the fish, amphibian, reptiles, and mammals. We may think fungus will be less. No, fungus is maximum in this context. I think idea clear. Now we can proceed to next page. These estimates we can find do not give any figure for prokaryotes. So this all will not include prokaryote because prokaryote number is still in confusion. One reason, through conventional mode, we cannot easily estimate them. So their number may go into sometimes even up to millions that are not clear. Now this diagram, so famous NCERT diagram-based question, theory entrance. Normally in all NEET exam, one diagram-based question will be there. Either invertebrates or vertebrates or plants. Okay, usual question. Sometimes insect they will put, what about this one? Or here, what about this one? So this way, so try to by heart it, not in 1 day or 2 days, gradually you by heart it. So popular question, regular question for NEET exam. Direct NCERT. Now data are not over, we can proceed. Although India has only, map I put world and India comparison given there, although India has only 2.4% of the world land area, 2.4 only percentage-wise. Its share of global species diversity is an impressive 8.1%. That is what makes our country one of the 12. These all are important. So that is why I put in the different color. 12 mega diversity countries of the world. Now 6. Nearly 45,000 species of plants, almost twice, so around 90,000. Twice as many animals have been recorded. So 45 into 2, 90,000 roughly. How many living species are actually there waiting to be discovered and named? That we don't know, but certain speculation only. If we accept some May's global estimate, only 22% of the total species have been recorded. So 22 comes second place. Previously 122 came, now this is another one, 22. Total species have been recorded so far. Applying this principle, proportion to India's diversity figure, we estimate that there are probably more than 1 lakh plant species, more than 3 lakh animal species yet to be discovered and described, even though taxonomists are working very hard along with the other manpower and systems. But again, it is not an easy task to get the exact number of organisms in this world. However, there is a famous comment on NCERT as a theory question also, or even NEET question. Nature's biological library is burning even before we catalog the titles of all the books stocked there. That is how the species, it becomes difficult to identify. Sometimes it may be already extinct. Now, as usual, 5 theory question with the 5 NEET model question and key. This type of diagram-based question popular. So that one I put there, key will be on the bottom. That is the main idea in this episode. So what all things we learned, I will quickly revise. Okay, so biodiversity and conservation, first part. Then International Day for Biodiversity, Walter G. Rosen, Edward Wilson, then introduction, what we'll be learning in biodiversity. After that, meaning of the term biodiversity. Then more than, this is another important data for exam. Then we entered into biodiversity types, genetic diversity, species diversity, ecological diversity. What is the meaning? What is the importance of Ravolfia, vomitaria, reserpine, concerned with the potency and concentration. Then 50,000 different strains of rice. Then 1,000 varieties of mango. Then after the species diversity, it's a definition given. Then Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats compared. More amphibian species in Western Ghats, so it will be normally more delicate ecosystem. Then ecological diversity, that is ecosystem levels, alpha, beta, gamma. Then next is comparison or product of species diversity. Species diversity, totality of product of species richness and species evenness. And 3 beautiful diagram for comparison. This will be most stable. So diversity is more, evenness is there. Then we are just try to find how many years it took place to develop up to this biodiversity and how quickly it can be lost, less than 2 centuries. How many species on Earth and how many in India? IUCN, 2004. And their data, starting with the 1.5 million. Then rough estimate, etc. says 25 to 50 million. 25 to 50 million. Then Robert May, that is more valid data. Robert May suggests 7 million. Then 8 or 7 or 8 data, 70%. Then 10 and 7. Then fungi species, it is more. And this all data is not giving anything about the prokaryote. Then this famous pie charts. After that, India's contribution. And why India, 2.4% of the land area, 8.1% of the diversity, 12 mega diversity, India is a member, 45,000 species of plants, almost double as animals. Then, according to May's calculation, when we calculate, only 22% of total species have been recorded. Then, so that means India, in India itself, more than 1 lakh plant species and 3 lakh animal species yet to be discovered. And humans are working very hard along with many other individuals and groups and communities with the modern systems, but still it is a very Herculean task to find original number of species in this world. Nature's biological library is burning, and even before we catalog the titles of all the books stocked there. Then 5 theory question, 5 NEET model question with the key. Hoping that it is clear to all of you. If you like this episode, subscribe or like it, share it, comment on it. Meanwhile, questions will be parallel proceeding. So if you subscribe all, you'll be getting automatically. So theory will be going on through one side and entrance type question and discussion will be going on another side. Okay, so we can wind up. Thank you. Take care. Bye.